Hello, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've been here, but I have to be honest. I've been having a lot of trouble coming up with a topic. And yes, I wrote down what I want to say today, because I know if I don't go by a script, I'll sit here and ramble for hours. I've been having trouble coming up with a topic. I'm finding it very hard to be bubbly, and Meow just decided to shake the camera. So, if it gets wobbly from time to time, you know that's Meow. You want to come here? Yeah. Say hello. Say hello to your fans. Hello. I've been finding it hard to stay happy and bubbly and positive, because I cannot ignore the state of things these days. And neither should you. I know it feels very desperate, but I feel it feels so desperate. I wish I could understand, but I don't have a big brain. I'm pretty sure I've told you this before. I don't have a very big brain, and there's a lot of things I just do not understand. I don't understand why some people do the things they do. You know? I don't understand it just seems like the world has exploded in hate. It's everywhere. And unfortunately, the people we seem to have put in power is just thriving off it. They eat it up. It's like candy to them. They just loving it. The violence has gotten so overwhelming. It's very hard to watch, but we need to watch. We need to document. We need to put it out to the rest of the world until finally somebody says, okay, we're going to do something about it. Unfortunately, so far we haven't found anybody to do that. And I understand they have to follow the rule of law, but I mean, I'm rambling again. I knew this would happen. That's why I sat down, I wrote down what I wanted to say. It's like the violence has gotten so overwhelming to me. I feel like there are times where I'm just gonna explode. I'm just gonna burst with emotions. And I don't understand. I don't understand it at all. Where is the love? Where's forgiveness? Where is acceptance? What happened to humanity? That's what I want to know. It's what has happened to humanity? And I think back, Rodney King, and the words he said, and it just goes around and around and around my brain. Why can't we just all get along? And I remember Renee Good's final words, the last words she ever spoke. And if I remember right, she even had a smile on her face. I'm not mad at you. Nobody should forget those words. Repeat them. Repeat them. Because even though she had these monsters charging her vehicle, she just said, I ain't mad at you, dude. It's all good. You know, and we're not. I'm not. I imagine there are plenty of you out there who are, but I'm not mad at the agents themselves. I'm mad at what society has made them. Society has done this. And we did it by putting the people in power that we put in power. And I feel the people we put in power, we gave them too much power. And to me, that's not how a democracy works. Nobody should have that much power. Only the people as a whole can have that much power. And we're showing it when we get out in the streets peacefully, blowing our whistles, doing our frog dances, showing them that we have the power. The people that we have put in power need to come to the realization that, hey, we hired you, we can fire you. But I digress. I think about what Jesus said. Now, these people, they all claim to be Christians. And I don't know what church they went to. I was raised a Christian. My mother was a Catholic. My father was a Presbyterian. And I was sent to the closest church around, which happened to be Baptist. Because my parents decided that we would not go to either one of their churches, that we would go to the closest church around, as long as it was neither Catholic nor Presbyterian, from what I understand. And the church I went to taught love and forgiveness. Why aren't they repeating the words of Jesus? I mean, following Jesus, that's what the definition of a Christian is. Somebody who follows Jesus. Remember, he himself, Jesus himself, was an immigrant. And he taught love. He taught acceptance. Remember what he said. The words he said were, turn the other cheek. Love thy neighbor as you would love thyself. And let's not forget the all do unto others as you would have done unto you. Now, if they are following those rules, then I'm afraid they have something coming. Because if they're doing unto others what they want done to themselves, I would say they need help. They need some real serious help. I'm just a tiny voice on a tiny channel in a tiny thing, tin can, in a tiny corner of the world. But I'm begging you, I'm begging the world, please, please bring back the love, bring back the acceptance. Make it all make sense again. We need to get back to more normalcy. I don't know if that's a word. Normality. We need to get back to normal. We need to stop the hate. Stop the violence. It breaks my heart. I grew up being proud. You could be proud to be an American. And we're getting dug into a hole so deep, I fear we may never get out of it. And it's not just within ourselves, with like the ICE agents and what they're doing to destroy democracy, but it's what we're doing on the world stage. What gives somebody the right to just go to another country and kidnap somebody, threaten other countries, and not just with tariffs? No, he didn't just use tariffs. He threatened other things as well. He didn't say in so many words, but you knew what he was getting at. Just because he didn't get his little peace prize. Peace prize. What peace has he done? He claims he stopped 8+ wars. Which wars? The wars he lists are still fighting. He claims he has saved millions of lives. What about the millions of lives he destroyed when he let his buddy kill USAID? What about those lives? Innocent children. What about the lives of all those in Gaza? And the lives here at home? Children, homeless, getting their medical taken away, getting their food taken away, getting their homes taken away. I don't know where we're going to end up. I do know that I really had to get this off my chest. My heart cries for those in Minnesota right now. It's just so shockingly violent there. And they say there's a war on. The only people I see creating a war there, the only people I see, and I've seen a lot of videos, people have their phones out, and God bless you, keep it up, because we, the world, need to see if it, until the world, we, the world, decide enough is enough. But what I see are the agents creating the violence, the agents creating the mayhem. Get rid of them, and it'll be done. The violence will be over, because we were doing just fine before. We were doing just fine. And I would like to know how anybody can call a mother, daughter, spouse, 3 beautiful children, how that she could be called the worst of the worst. How can a nurse be called the worst of the worst? They're not going after the worst of the worst. They don't care. They're going after as much destruction as they want. They are thugs. They are getting off on the violence. We've had 2 murders there so far, and you can say anything you want. I call them both thrill kills. That's exactly what they were. They were thrill kills. And they knew they'd get away with it. But they will get their comeuppance. We will get our country back. I'm not sure how, but we will. We just have to stay strong. Keep the love. And God bless. Take care of yourselves and hug your neighbor. Bye now.